The 10 impacts of your upbringing on your love relationships. Number 1. Your parents' divorce will have an impact on your ability to find love later in life. Divorce, especially when it's sudden, has a negative impact on a person's ability to find love. It can affect nearly every area of their life. There are many factors that go into the process of finding love, and only some people are affected by divorce in certain ways. Factors like the timing of the divorce and how long it took for the divorce to be finalized will have an effect on your ability in finding love later on in life. If you come from a divorced family, you'll be more likely to experience difficulties in your personal relationships. The divorce will often lead to low self-esteem and a lack of confidence, which are important personality traits for most people in the dating world. Number 2. If you had a bad childhood, it will affect the way you relate to others, and the way you view love in general. If you were raised in a toxic environment, it is easy to see how you might have trouble trusting others, and feeling love. People who have been raised in a toxic environment are often robbed of their positive emotions, such as joy, because they feel everything is dangerous. It's possible that these people may even develop addictions to numb the pain, and trying to regain control over themselves. If you had a bad childhood, it will affect the way you relate to others, and the way you view love in general. For example, if you were bullied as a child, and were made to feel like nobody cared about you, you may grow up believing that love is just an illusion. Number 3. If your parents were not happy together, this will have an impact on how you handle relationships later in life. As children, we are molded by our parents for better or worse. You may feel a sense of lacking or abandonment in your relationships later in life, as well as a feeling of needing to please others and gain their love and approval. If you grew up in a home where your parents did not always see eye to eye, you are likely to have developed some coping mechanisms and issues that can affect your personal relationships as an adult. This is because early childhood experiences can have a profound effect on the development of your personality, behavior, and worldview. Number 4. If there was domestic violence, this can affect how you handle relationships with men and women later in life. Domestic violence is a serious issue that can have lasting and damaging effects on people who are exposed to it. People who face domestic violence may carry the trauma with them for many years. This leads to anxiety and depression, low self-esteem, and PTSD. Domestic violence is a sensitive subject that has the potential to greatly impact people's lives. It can range from emotional, physical, and sexual abuse to verbal. Domestic violence often takes place between romantic partners, and it can be difficult to know how you should respond when you witness it or experience it. Number 5. If there was sexual abuse at home, this can lead to issues with trust, intimacy, and sexual fulfillment later in life. Sexual abuse has been a problem for thousands of years, and it's still occurring today. In fact, 1 in 6 girls and 1 in 10 boys have been victims of some type of sexual abuse, according to the National Coalition Against Sexual Assault. What can you do if you or someone you love is a survivor? One thing that is important to think about is the way their relationship with intimacy grows as they get older. Sexual abuse at home can lead to a number of negative effects on a person's mental and physical health. The trust, intimacy and sexual fulfillment can be impacted by the traumatic experience. It is essential that people are able to speak openly about their experiences, so they can heal and move forward. Number 6. If your parents were very religious, this may cause issues when it comes to finding love later in life. People who are raised in a religious family may have challenges in finding their soulmate. To make matters worse, they are often more judgmental of others and think that dating outside the faith is wrong. This is a common issue among many religious people. In the United States, about 1/3 of the population is religious. For some, religion can play a significant role in their life, and for others, it can create conflict and even difficulties in finding love later in life. As the world becomes more secular and people are looking to find their own beliefs, finding love can be a challenge. People who grew up in religious households may have difficulty in adapting to this change, and may struggle to find a life partner later on in life. Number 7. If you were raised in a home where there was a lot of yelling, this can lead to anxiety and depression later in life. There are many reasons for why people might experience anxiety and depression in their lifetime. For instance, if you were raised in a home where there was a lot of yelling, this can lead to anxiety and depression later in life. Other causes could be due to a bad childhood experience, or difficult circumstances like being bullied. There are many different effects that yelling can have on mental health and the way children respond to their parents. In some cases, it can cause children to feel insecure and abandoned. It has also been shown to cause anxiety and depression. Children who hear their parents yell all the time may develop a pattern of self-harm or aggression in order to cope with the stress they are feeling. Number 8. If your parents were alcoholics or drug addicts, this may cause issues with trust and intimacy later in life. Addiction is a disease that affects people of all ages and stages. It can cause severe stress and painful consequences, including severe mental health issues, relationship problems, and extreme financial difficulties. For these reasons, it is important to learn how to deal with difficult situations with honesty and empathy. Alcoholism and addiction are serious conditions that can cause severe problems in relationships. They can impact trust and intimacy in a variety of ways, leaving the individual struggling to balance trust with the fear of being hurt again. This can cause a lot of stress for people who were raised by parents who struggled with addiction. Number 9. If your parents had been incarcerated, this could also cause issues in your love life later on in life. Your parents might have been incarcerated for a number of reasons, but one of the most common is drug use. Their incarceration can cause serious issues in their children's life, such as poor relationships and mental health problems. If your parents were always in jail, what does this mean for you? For one thing, it means that your parents are not there with you to teach you the important life lessons, especially when it comes to love and relationships. This also means that your partner will have a hard time in teaching and learning something from you. Number 10. If you were the only child, with no siblings to compete with you and share the love, this will create issues with your love life later on in life. Having an only child leads to a lot of issues, especially in your love life. Not having siblings to compete and share the love with can make it hard for you to find a relationship. This will also create problems when you're in a relationship, because you may not know how to relate with other people. If you were an only child, chances are you don't know what it feels like to share love with others, making it difficult to share love with your partner. The lack of a sibling could lead to a lot of tension and awkwardness as time goes on. An only child will also have many insecurities when it comes to love, compared with those who have siblings.